The best place to get a lady in Sweden here, or if you're a lady to get a guy, is probably at the bar, you know, when they're drunk.
Yeah.
So after taking alcohol,
Yeah.
that's when they really interact.
I'm not sure I ever knew the meaning of alcohol is liquid courage until I got here.
In my previous video, I talked about how I landed in Sweden instead of Canada. And to my surprise, in the comment section, some people are saying, ew. Some people are saying, why? And someone said, go back. And I'm wondering, like, why? Why? Is Canada better than Sweden? I don't know. And this is just to give you an idea of the living conditions in Sweden, what I like and probably what I don't like. But because my story might be boring, I think it's better that I bring in someone else to also tell you about her experience. So, without further ado, joining me in the studio today is one of the gay rights activists.
Please, can you stop?
Mr. Pepe Julian Ozima.
So unserious.
Should I call you Mr.?
Hi. Okay, for what?
Why are you gay?
Can you be serious, please?
You are gay.
So who is gay?
Oh, Lisadera, that's what I call her. But she said her name is not Lisadera, that I'm pronouncing it the wrong way. So what's the right way to pronounce your name?
Why is this the introduction, please?
No,
Okay.
see, now you have no excuse. You don't have to tell us
No
exactly
problem.
to pronounce your name.
Hello, everybody. My name is Olisadera Madrid. There's no point saying my surname Madrid.
Who gives a shit?
First impression, when you first got to Sweden, how was it?
It depends on how long.
Okay. Okay.
But it was really very organized. It was very different from what I was used to.
From Nigeria.
Yeah,
Say it
because
very well.
it was very,
Different from
very
Nigeria.
different from Nigeria. Yes,
Okay.
in terms of like just seeing people on the streets, it wasn't like that. They're not as social.
Yeah,
As
that's
people
something.
you just randomly see on the
I
street.
think my first impression, see, coming from Nigeria, it's like the coolest weather in Nigeria. It's like child's play here. Because
Impression though.
my first impression,
Weather.
this is not a English class now. Is it impression? Yeah, it's impression now. My first impression. Okay, what is it? No.
Go on,
If it is not
go on.
impression, then what is it?
No, I'm just wondering because like first impression should be like how you perceived things, I guess. First impression should be like how you felt about things. Do you feel the weather? I thought the weather is actually just the weather. It's just fact. Maybe in terms of
Moving on.
plot.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's move. No
First
offense.
impression.
Yeah.
Let's
ahead.
not go with
Go
it.
ahead. Go
See,
ahead.
we all understand. At this point, I'm not yet. Funny, English is not the official language here. It's Swedish. So for the fact that you're
Okay,
not able to
then
speak
let him
Swedish,
speak some
yes.
Swedish.
Yoho. Anyway, my first impression, coming from Nigeria, from a different climate entirely, immediately I stepped out of the plane. There was this cold. It's as if I stepped into a freezer. Like there was this cold that hit me.
Oh, yeah.
Then the thing hit me, bam, and I was like, wait, what is going on here? So, but I had to dust it off,
shocked
you know, as a
It shocked
Nigerian guy. It shocked me, but I had to dust it off. So, infrastructure. See what I noticed is, I got here and then I noticed that a lot of cities here, they have Centrum, what they call Centrum. I don't know if I'm correct, but it's as if they build from Centrum outwards, and then the houses, the way the layout of the houses, the villas, the apartments, then the road networks, as if every road leads somewhere. Like, I don't know how to explain it now. It was just easier, you know, to navigate.
Maybe it also depends on where you lived, because I think most towns, cities in Nigeria have something they call town halls, and that's similar to what they have here in Sweden. And I don't know much about Swedish city planning or town planning, but if you check the map, the centrum isn't actually in the center of Växjö, for example, but it's just where people go gather and meet.
Okay.
Yeah, so they develop it based on like proximity to the station and things like that, just different things like that. So their town planning definitely is different than in Nigeria. They have a more it goes back to my first impression, the organized thing.
things,
Yeah. So their town planning has to do with the society in mind, and that's
Yeah.
different from the ideologies that we have in Nigeria. It's not really
True.
about
True.
the society. They just do things for the sake
True.
of doing things.
Sure. Before coming
No
here,
offense.
I spent majority of my life in Nigeria, and I've only entered the train once back in Nigeria.
Okay.
Just once.
I never did actually.
But here, it's like
I was scared.
the mode of transportation. Yes. But here, it's like you have the train, you have the bus.
Oh.
You can take the bicycle. You have the I wanted to say moped. What's that called? How does ride? The scooters.
There are also mopeds. Too.
Yeah, mopeds.
Yeah.
You have the
There are
mopeds,
scooters as well.
scooter. Yeah, so it's more like I got here
There are
and
even
then.
some people who ice skate
Ice
with like
skate.
rollerblades.
They're like,
People are dramatic, no
roll,
offense.
roll, yeah.
But it's just fun to see like the different modes of transportation being used
Yeah,
here.
I
So
see.
Sweden generally is trying to like they have some goals regarding decarbonization and things like that, and they're very serious about it compared to other countries in Europe. So when it comes to decarbonizing, they are focused more on their transportation
Their
system.
transportation
So that's why
system.
it's the way it is.
Oh.
Most of their buses are also run by biofuels. I don't think they have any fossil fuel public transportation.
Transportation, Okay,
They may though. I mean,
okay. So I've seen those things I used to do. Those
chocolate bola.
chocolate bola.
Oh.
Yeah, like chocolates coated with coconut or something.
It's
Coconut,
cocoa powder.
cocoa
actually.
powder,
Yeah.
and then
They have a lot of sweets here in Sweden. Yeah,
and
I think that's why some people think Switzerland is Sweden
yeah,
because they have like similar.
yeah,
they
a lot
like
of
sweets a lot.
Sweets, yes, and potatis.
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 Hello.
Oh,
sorry,
that's squirrel.
distracting. Yeah. Oh, unexpected guests. Lingon.
What's that again?
Lingon.
Meatball.
No, lingon. It's like it's lingonberry.
Lingonberry.
I have no idea what that is till today. I'm scared to actually.
I don't know. Do they have like national dish? Something that
I think
that you can call like a national
potatis and meatball made with lingonberry is like the a dish. And then they have this thing called seal.
Seal.
Seal, it's a
Okay.
herring, I think, fish too, and it
Fish.
stinks. I've also never had that. To
No,
be
actually,
honest, I
I've
haven't
seen
really
I've seen all these
experienced.
social media posts about that stuff. Like people try it and then they're like, "Oh, it's terrible." Like
Yeah, but I
like
think
fish in
there's
can.
different kinds. But yeah, that's why I haven't
Yeah,
tried it.
that's
It's not.
terrible.
It's the same issue I had with fufu too
Fufu.
when I was growing up.
I mean,
I had
I
this.
miss
I had this. Oh, it stinks.
That's
so
no,
it was.
yeah.
No.
But you got to like it after.
Yeah. Peer pressure, guys.
Peer pressure, yeah. But generally, I don't. Maybe I've not really explored the food aspect because, I'm just thinking back now. I can mention like different food back in Nigeria, and then or the swallow, or the. But here, apart from the potatoes and the meatballs, I don't know. Maybe I should try the buffet one of these days, at least just to try it. But I don't know how to combine it. In Nigeria,
Yeah,
you
but
combine food and stuff like that.
Yeah, but they're not really Swedish dishes. Yeah, unless you just want to eat potatoes and meatballs and lingonberry.
Okay. Jag pratar svenska.
Oh, jag pratar svenska också. Lite men.
Jag kommer från Nigeria.
Snyggt.
Uh-huh.
Jag vet, I know.
Jag kommer från Nigeria. I'm getting. See. This Swedish language, eh?
Can I add that he dropped out of school? Just for gags.
Okay, that is not funny.
Yeah, I dropped out of the language school.
Yeah.
But there's a reason, a valid reason. But that's for another video. For me personally, I feel I need to interact with people. Just maybe when you buy something, when you meet your neighbors, just once in a while, I need to pick something from the streets before I go to any classroom to learn the language. That's for me personally. But for someone like you, I think you have something for language.
I think it's also important that we say our tribes. Maybe that also has an influence on picking up the Swedish language. Maybe.
Okay.
I'm not certain. There's no proof for
so
this.
like you're a bad guy like me now, coming here to speak Swedish.
Yeah, you would have those H factor issues,
what,
you
what do you mean by H factor?
Kidding.
Why do I have H factor now? House, hot, heat.
Which of the heat? Do you mean heat?
Hot, hot.
You're paying attention to it right now,
Course.
which is cool.
No, okay. All right. Moving on.
But
Moving
yeah,
on.
for me
Don't
though,
insult
it
me.
was
Don't insult me.
for me learning Swedish was much easier. It's similar in my head. It's much similar to the English language.
Yeah.
I mean, the basics of Swedish is pretty similar to the English language. The only issues you may have during the basics is just the way they order some sentences. Like, not all the same rules in English apply in
Yes.
Swedish language, but it's pretty similar.
For instance, if you want to say I understand, you say
Oh.
you're foster.
I understand.
If you want to say I don't understand, guess what you say?
I understand not.
I understand not.
Yeah.
You're foster inte.
Yeah.
Like why? Why can't you just say you're inte foster? Why do you have to say
I
you're
not
foster inte?
understand.
I not like you see what I'm saying?
Nope.
I understand. You have some similar words that look like. I mean, I was asking somebody about the time. Person said clock and something. I was like, wait, clock and. Like they have those words that you can just okay. I think this is what Spanish try to say, and there are some that are totally
Different.
I mean, utfats.
Yeah, I also think that has to do with
Like,
the history of the English language.
Of the
English
English
language isn't actually, no offense, a language per se, because they borrowed from different people. So.
Like
Yeah.
touche.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Touche.
This place can be very boring because most people they try to keep to themselves. Like your neighbors,
I don't think they're trying.
they don't
They
try.
do it
They do it
successfully.
They mind their own business.
Yeah.
When I look at people that mind their business, these people mind their business. Swedish people mind their business. It's a good thing. You might live in a house and then you don't know your neighbors for a long time. Maybe once in a while you come out, you just see them. And there's this thing that you see on social media, which is true. It's true actually, because your neighbors will hear you coming out and then they'll just go back inside and wait for you to go before they. I mean, my neighbors do it sometimes.
Actually,
And,
at some point, I started doing that too.
so
Yeah.
you wait for your
Yeah, when I
your-
when I hear a noise,
Yeah.
I'm about to open the door and I hear a noise. I wait like 5 seconds just for them to move out. At some point, I started doing that when I moved here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just came that way.
Yeah.
I think when you're here too, it could happen to you. It depends.
Yeah, it can happen. And the bus and in the train, people see you have space beside you, and they'll prefer to stand because they don't want to inconvenience you. They don't want to sit beside you, so they prefer to stand.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, guy, see space.
I don't mind
Come on,
that
sit down
one.
here.
I don't mind that one.
The issue is when it's my turn and I get into a bus and I can see space. I don't know, why will I stand?
No, that's
And
you.
I feel like I will
But if you
inconvenience
bother
them.
them, they
Oh.
would shift. Because
Okay.
sometimes when I get on the bus, there's seats, but maybe there's like a bag there. I say, please, excuse me, let me sit there.
And they don't mind.
And they don't mind.
Oh, so
But it's when they
if
get
you-
on the bus
Okay,
and maybe
and
they
don't
just,
want to bother
they
you.
would,
Yeah.
most times they wouldn't say anything. It's rare
I see.
that someone will actually say, oh, please, may I sit here or just sit there. Yeah.
The best place to get a lady in Sweden here, or if you're a lady to get a guy, is probably at the bar. You know, when they
Yeah.
are drunk.
Yeah.
So after taking alcohol,
Yeah.
that's when they really interact.
I'm not
And-
sure I ever knew the
then-
meaning of alcohol is liquid courage until I got here.
Liquid
I've
courage.
always been using that phrase
Yeah.
back home because it's true. But here it's different.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. In the dating scene, yes, bars are important, clubs are important, but they use a lot of dating apps.
Yeah.
Yeah. The dating life in Sweden is way, way different than the dating life in Nigeria because, I mean, we are very social people. And someone could just see you on the road and start hitting on you. Sometimes rude, sometimes not. But, I mean, that's what it is in
That's what it
Nigeria.
is
But it's
in
not the same
Nigeria.
here. Even if they like you, they would be like, well, they wouldn't be like anything
won't.
because you wouldn't hear anything. You wouldn't know.
Because
You will not know.
yeah, and they'll probably say it in their mind, but they won't be able to.
Yeah, but you can't tell what's in their mind. So
Like, let me just say, do you think Sweden is a good place to live in?
"10 minutes later." I think living in Sweden is nice for me. It's I like the weather actually. To be honest, it's one of the things that so many people have been complaining about, but I actually like it. The social life is maybe the one that I struggle with the most because in the Nigerian context,
Yeah.
I would be categorized as an introvert. Yeah, but to be honest, I'm starting to think there are no introverts.
But over
in
here,
Nigeria.
you
But
see,
here
you see
I'm
your
an
seniors.
extrovert. I'm super
Yeah,
extroverted.
you see your
Yeah, oh my
superiors.
good- oh my
you take an introvert to Nigeria,
no,
you go
my
here.
goodness, oh my goodness. But yeah, I'm extroverted here, very, and it's very uncomfortable because before you meet another person, it's
Yeah.
unless you actually reach out and that person is interested. If not,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do.
Personally, I would say you should experience other cultures. Just travel if you can.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, before you really make any comparison. At the end of the day, if you are making money, it doesn't matter where you're staying, if you ask me. But then I like Sweden. Yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad
bad.
environment
It's
actually.
not a bad environment, and it's quite calm.
I mean,
You don't know.
everywhere has its ups and downs.
Ups and downs,
And
yeah.
then it also depends on what you need and what you're demanding. So
Exactly.
I'm single and I came here
Yeah.
alone.
So you can afford to just jump at will.
Exactly. So things like that. My needs are also different from his needs.
Yes,
Yet
yes.
I can see myself settling down here. And
True.
he has a family and all that, and he can see himself settling there. So I think it also depends on just different needs.
So if you want to see the video of how I landed in Sweden instead of Canada, I think you probably find it here. You see it? Yeah, you see the video here. All right, thank you for watching.
Hey, Dora.
Edo, bye. No, no, bye here. So just how my hair is
Well, I
rough,
can't braid my hair.
but I like it that way. It's style too. Even rough hair and style.
Oh yeah,